In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the difference between the EU Blue Card and the Chancenkerte. The Chancenkerte is something that a lot of people are really hoping to get right now, which was introduced newly in 2024, and we also have the EU Blue Card, which was introduced around 2014. So, what is the difference between these two cards? Two migration pathway to enter Germany. So the first, which is Chancenkarte, is that you don't need to get a job to enter Germany with Chancenkarte. You don't need a job offer. You can just enter Germany without to go and look for a job, and you can get jobs that are like internship, some that works like training 20 hours per week. You can get those jobs, and when you get them, when you finally get the job, and then you get a permanent, maybe you are promoted to you are given a permanent employment after the internship or maybe the trial, then you can convert your visa and then be able to settle in Germany. So this is Chancenkarte. You don't need to get a job. You go to Germany to look for a job, and it's 1 year validity. But of course, because of the proof of fund, they even actually reduce it now that okay, if you want 6 months for your, if you maybe you don't have 12 months for the proof of fund, you can actually do 6 months. So the validity of your visa will be 6 months. So you can do that as well. So this is Chancenkarte, and then Chancenkarte is also a point-based system that checks the relevance of your education, relevance of your degree, your English language also gets a point, your communication skill, which is English, gets points. If your spouse is also qualified, you also get points, and also if you've been to Germany before, you also get points. If your degree program is recognized by the Hanabis, you also get points and the likes. And I've done a lot of video on the Chancenkarte. You can go to the channel to check it. And so that's for the Chancenkarte, and this is how you qualify your age. Also, when you are younger, you get a point as well. If you are young, if you are below 30, you get a point. So that's just for that on Chancenkarte. But now for the EU Blue Card, the EU Blue Card is that you have to have a job offer in Germany. You need a job offer in Germany. This is primarily for professional, and the validity is often 3 years or 4 years, and it actually gives you a very fast access route to settlement. So you can, even after the validity, you can easily apply for renewal. You can apply for permanent residency. So it's a very fast net bridge to permanent residency. And as I've said before, you need to have a job before, and so the visa is valid for 4 years. You can also bring your dependents immediately, but on Chancenkarte, you cannot bring your dependents. But immediately you get a job, and then you change your visa, then you can get a job. But of course, your wife can go with you if your wife also qualifies, and then based on the points, because you actually get a point if you're applying with your wife. So you have 1 point already. If your wife education is related and the likes, you can go together. So it will be like you get it, your wife got it, but you will not be able to go with dependents if you are the only one that is applying. But for the EU Blue Card, you can go with all your dependents at once, and you also have to have a job that's paying you about 43,000 euros in a year. And of course, for programs like some particular area that are experiencing labor shortage, like health, like IT services, like engineering, you can actually get jobs that are below the 4,300 euro benchmark and still be able to get the EU Blue Card. The reason why this is the case is because they want to discourage companies from employing professionals outside of Germany. They want people in Germany first to be considered, because you as a foreigner professional coming to work in Germany on the Blue Card, you will be paid very high. You'll be paid very well. So if the company doesn't really need your services, then they wouldn't go through that stress. So they just want it to be a case that okay, nobody is in Germany that needs the job. They have no choice. They have to hire from overseas. But in some cases where they know that there are job shortage, like they really need these skills, they need companies to employ, because it's affecting the economy. So they need companies to employ people like that, bring them to Germany, like IT, like healthcare, like engineering, so they can still lower the 4,300 euro benchmark. You can still earn that per year and then still come to the EU Blue Card. So the major difference between the Chancenkarte and the EU Blue Card is Chancenkarte, job is not required, but the EU Blue Card, job is required. And Chancenkarte, basic German earns you points. English also earns you points. If you can speak English or basic German, it earns you points. But on EU Blue Card, language is not really a barrier because you are coming as a professional. It's not really a barrier. And also, the duration of stay for Chancenkarte is 1 year or 6 months, but for the Blue Card is 4 years. And then when it comes to settlement option, you have a faster route to settlement with the EU Blue Card. But the Chancenkarte, even though it's renewable under some special necessary conditions, renewable, so you cannot really get settlement like that, but you have to get a job first and then change your visa, and then you may be on your path to permanent residency. And family reunification, you can go with your family with EU Blue Card, but on Chancenkarte you cannot go with your family except your wife also apply the way you apply and your wife also gets it. And so the Chancenkarte is actually best for recent graduates, university graduates, and skilled job seekers. But the EU Blue Card is primarily for professionals. And so that's the difference between both EU Blue Card and Chancenkarte, which are both great pathways to Germany. And that's what I want to share with you in this video. This is Opportunity News, where I talk about opportunities like this, how to travel abroad, accessing global opportunities, and hopefully see you in subsequent videos. This is Opportunity News.